Ego death, a concept that has captivated philosophers, mystics, and scholars for centuries, represents the complete loss of one's self or subjective identity. Before we dive in, if you find this content valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. It truly helps us grow. Now, let's get started. This phenomenon has been widely discussed in various contexts, including mysticism, psychedelic experiences, and deep meditative states. Ego death is a concept that challenges our fundamental understanding of consciousness and the self, pushing the boundaries of human experience and perception. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into the multifaceted nature of ego death. We will examine its historical and philosophical roots, its occurrence in contemporary contexts such as psychedelics, and its implications for our understanding of human consciousness. This review aims to shed light on the enigmatic and transformative concept of ego death, offering insights into its significance and relevance in our ever-evolving understanding of the human mind. Historical and philosophical foundations. To understand ego death, we must first trace its historical and philosophical origins. The concept of ego death finds its roots in various religious and philosophical traditions around the world. One of the earliest mentions can be found in Eastern philosophies, particularly in Hinduism and Buddhism. In Hinduism, the dissolution of the ego is described as nirvana or moksha. This state represents liberation from the cycle of birth and death, where the individual ego merges with the universal consciousness. Similarly, in Buddhism, the concept of anatta, or no self, emphasizes the illusionary nature of the individual ego and encourages detachment from it. The Western world also has a long history of exploring ego death. Existentialist philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Friedrich Nietzsche delved into the nature of the self and the idea of transcending it. Sartre's famous statement, "Existence precedes essence," challenges the idea of a fixed, inherent self, suggesting that individuals must define themselves through their actions and choices. Additionally, Friedrich Nietzsche's concept of the Übermensch, Overman or Superman, envisioned a state beyond conventional morality and self-identity. Nietzsche's work laid the groundwork for questioning the limitations of the ego and exploring the potential for self-transcendence. Psychedelics and ego death. The mid-20th century brought about a resurgence of interest in ego death, primarily due to the emergence of psychedelic substances like LSD, psilocybin, and DMT. Psychedelics have been described as mind-expanding substances that can profoundly alter one's perception of self and reality. Psychedelic experiences often involve a sense of ego dissolution or ego death. Users report feeling a profound interconnectedness with the universe, a dissolution of boundaries between self and other, and a loss of the usual constraints of time and space. These experiences challenge conventional notions of identity and selfhood, leading individuals to question the nature of reality and consciousness. One of the most influential figures in popularizing the concept of ego death through psychedelics was Timothy Leary. Leary, along with other counterculture figures like Aldous Huxley and Ram Dass, advocated for the responsible use of psychedelics as a means to explore the depths of consciousness and achieve ego transcendence. Their work contributed to a cultural shift in the 1960s, leading to increased interest in altered states of consciousness. Contemporary perspectives on ego death. In recent decades, ego death has continued to be a subject of interest and research, albeit within the context of evolving scientific and philosophical discussions. Neuroscientists, psychologists, and philosophers have all contributed to the exploration of this phenomenon. From a neuroscientific perspective, research using neuroimaging techniques has attempted to shed light on the neural correlates of ego death. Studies suggest that regions of the brain associated with self-referential processing, such as the default mode network, DMN, may play a role in the experience of ego dissolution during psychedelic trips. The DMN is involved in self-reflection and autobiographical memory, and its disruption can lead to a sense of ego dissolution. Psychologists have also explored ego death in the context of personality development and mental health. Some psychologists propose that ego dissolution experiences, whether induced by psychedelics or achieved through meditation, can have therapeutic benefits. They argue that such experiences can lead to greater self-awareness, reduced egoic defenses, and a more profound sense of interconnectedness, potentially aiding in the treatment of conditions like depression and anxiety. Furthermore, philosophers continue to grapple with the implications of ego death for our understanding of consciousness and the self. Questions arise about the true nature of identity, the relationship between the individual and the collective, and the limits of human perception. These philosophical inquiries contribute to a broader conversation about the nature of reality and our place within it. Challenges and controversies. While ego death holds promise as a transformative and enlightening experience, it is not without its challenges and controversies. One of the primary concerns is the potential for psychological distress during ego dissolution experiences, particularly when induced by psychedelics. Some individuals may find it difficult to navigate the dissolution of their self-identity, leading to feelings of fear, anxiety, or even psychosis. Furthermore, there are ethical considerations surrounding the use of psychedelics and the facilitation of ego dissolution experiences. The responsible use of these substances requires careful preparation, a supportive environment, and guidance from trained professionals. The lack of regulation in some contexts has raised concerns about the safety and well-being of individuals seeking ego death experiences. Another area of debate is the interpretation of ego death experiences themselves. While some view them as genuine glimpses into a deeper reality or a transcendental state, others argue that these experiences are nothing more than hallucinations or alterations of brain chemistry. This philosophical divide highlights the challenge of empirically verifying and understanding ego death. Implications and significance. Ego death, with its profound impact on consciousness and self-perception, has significant implications for our understanding of the human mind and the nature of reality. Some of these implications include: 1. Expanded consciousness. Ego death experiences challenge the limited scope of everyday consciousness, offering a glimpse into the vast possibilities of human perception. They suggest that our ordinary state of consciousness may be just one facet of a broader spectrum. 2. Interconnectedness. Ego dissolution often leads to a profound sense of interconnectedness with all of existence. This realization has the potential to foster empathy, compassion, and a greater concern for the well-being of others and the planet. 3. Therapeutic potential. Some argue that ego dissolution experiences, when guided and integrated appropriately, can have therapeutic benefits. They may assist individuals in confronting and resolving deep-seated psychological issues, leading to personal growth and healing. 4. Philosophical inquiry. Ego death challenges traditional philosophical notions of identity, selfhood, and reality. It invites us to question the nature of the self and our place in the universe, encouraging philosophical exploration and discourse. 5. Ethical considerations. The responsible use of psychedelics and the facilitation of ego dissolution experiences require careful ethical considerations. The field of psychedelic therapy is still evolving, and ethical guidelines are essential to ensure the safety and well-being of individuals involved. In conclusion, ego death stands as a testament to the ever-evolving nature of human understanding. It beckons us to venture into the unknown, to grapple with the mysteries of consciousness, and to open ourselves to the transformative power of profound self-dissolution. As we continue to explore the depths of our own minds and the nature of reality, ego death remains a compelling and enigmatic phenomenon that urges us to expand the boundaries of our perception and embark on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment.